I got to watch him a lot this year because I had him on my fantasy team. I don't know if he was quite consistent enough the whole season to make it, but his overall production for the year, yeah, probably.
I did want to go ahead and get into the Pro Bowl because that's been a hot thing and a hot topic this week. So let's just go ahead and go through the AFC selections, and then we're going to go ahead and go into the NFC selection. So what an interesting time to be alive. So let's go ahead and head into it. First one up, the AFC, right? So the list goes like this. I know it's a little tiny for you guys, so I'm going to just go through it.
Okay.
Quarterbacks, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow. How are we feeling about that?
All good, man.
I love
All
it,
good?
bro.
No
Only
complaints.
person. Go ahead, Don. My bad.
No complaints. I'm good.
I think the only person that we're arguing kind of back and forth was Tua, but I think he should have been in there. You could have flip flopped Josh Allen or Joe Burrow out just because he's been the more consistent. But I'm not mad at it. Now we go out to the running backs. First one up was Nick Chubb. Second one was Josh Jacobs. Third one was Derrick Henry. Any disagreements there?
No.
No, I don't think so either.
No.
They put fullback in there, but this is kind of disrespectful because Kyle Juszczyk and Patrick Ricard, they take this one every single year. So I don't even know. They should just have them a shoe-in because the fullback position is now just a glorified tight end, but we appreciate it.
Like the fullbacks.
Hey, what about Justin Herbert? Justin Herbert had a ton of yards, but no.
Not top three.
As far as fan voting and stuff like that, no, he wasn't going to be up there.
I feel like Josh Allen shouldn't have got in over Tua just based off this season.
I agree. And then we got, I don't think that there's any question other than one on this list that I'm like, I think they cheated one guy out of here, and there's the wide receivers. Tyreek Hill, Stephon Diggs, Devontae Adams, and Jamar Chase. After missing several games this year, wide receiver. If you had to pick a fourth wide receiver to be on there, who are you picking? Because I think we're all going to agree that I love Jamar Chase, but I don't know if he should be there. I'll start first. Jalen Waddle.
Okay.
Yes, I agree with that. Both of the Dolphins receivers should have been on there.
Coach?
Zay Jones.
Ooh, yeah. Zay Jones has been going off.
Yep,
Don, you got one?
Yeah, I mean, Waddle's not bad. I mean, I got to watch him a lot this year because I had him on my fantasy team. I don't know if he was quite consistent enough the whole season to make it, but his overall production for the year, yeah, probably.
Yeah. I think it's hard to argue. I think you could easily flip-flop those two out, but that's just me.
But they're going to do that, though, because of Jamar Chase's name. Like, he has one of the highest statuses in the NFL just off of 1 year. Like,
so we're gonna go to tight ends. Travis Kelce, automatically, you shoot him in there at number one. There's no question. Mark Andrews is at number 2. Would you guys have given it to somebody else there?
Evan Ingram?
Evan Ingram, yeah.
Solid.
I mean, Andrews had he was out a few games injured, and his production numbers were down the second half of the year. So I don't know, man. He was number 2 in fantasy points for tight end, but I don't know.
I mean, what you think, Coach?
I'm not mad at it because if you look at the yes, he's been hurt, but he's the only consistent target that someone got to throw to, and it's a lot of people double teaming him. So you can see why his production has been a lot less. And then you don't got a number one receiver who can take that pressure off him. So I can see why you can, you just put him in the Pro Bowl. He's that valuable to that team. They got to get receiving help for Lamar Jackson for them guys to be successful. You don't got receiving help, and now you get to load the box. And when you do throw, you get the double team. Take away him, you get to take away him. You get to take away Mark Andrews. So that's why it's production. But I do understand he's been injured, and he's been injured a lot. But I take that in consideration. He gets doubled way more because you don't got another receiver. And Bateman has been hurt the whole season. You can't rely on him to be healthy. So I can see that.
Well, here it is. Mark Andrews and Evan Ingram are number 1 and number 2. and yardage. Mark Andrews is 702. Evan Ingram at 6'10", and they had the same amount of receptions right now. 5 touchdowns from Mark Andrews, and Evan Ingram has 4. So they got it right.
Yeah,
they got it right. So it is what it is. You can't really argue with it. The NFC makes more sense when it comes up. I don't think there's a question on that. And I don't, I know it's kind of hard to evaluate tackles and guards and centers sometimes because they're not the focal point. Mike Gesicki, get that. That's the best tight end in the country in the NFL. And then once you hear these names on the offensive line, you're not going to question them. Larry Tunsil from the Texans, Devin Armstead, Orlando Brown, Joel Bitonio, Quentin Nelson, Joe Tooney, Creed Humphrey, the best center in football, Mitch Morse from the Bills as the other center. Is there any question on those? No, I think they got all of those right.
Larry Tunsil shut down Michael Parsons. Didn't even get a sack off Davis Mills.
Let's head to the defensive side of the ball. I think they got pretty much all of these right. So let's just go through this one pretty quickly. Myles Garrett, Max Crosby, Trey Hendrickson at defensive end.
Yeah.
All of them were dominant. Trey Hendrickson's getting some more love, and I love to see it. Chris Jones, definitely. Quentin Williams, definitely. Jeffrey Simmons, definitely. Roquan Smith, CJ Mosley is taking a step up and looking like old CJ Mosley, so we get to see a little bit of him tonight. I think they got that right, an inside linebacker. Now, the 3 that you can't deny. Outside linebackers up. Matthew Judon, number 1. Khalil Mack, number 2. TJ Watt came back and had an immediate impact back for that team, number 3. All right, now here's the cornerbacks, and there might be a head scratcher on there. So we have Sauce Gardner, number 1. Patrick Surtain, number 2. Marlon Humphrey, number 3. And Xavier Howard at the number 4 corner.
Nope. You know how I feel about Xavier Howard. He's the most overrated corner in football, bro. This dude is not that good, bro. I've never been a fan of him, bro. I'm tired of people putting this man at a high praise. He's not that much better than Marcus Peters. All he does is get picks and gets burnt. Like, come on, bro. This dude is not that good. Like, he's okay. He's a good corner to have on your team if you want picks, but he's not going to lock anyone down. DJ Reed got disrespected. He's better than him. That's just how I feel, bro.
You got two people. You got another guy who's been disrespected too. You got Tyreek Woodley who's been disrespected as well. I mean, this is the AFC side. My bad.
This is AFC.
How about Jack Jones? Jack Jones having a great year as a Patriot, though.
That's true.
Yeah, great year, awesome year. If you ain't watched Jack Jones, then you go back and watch him. That dude's been really, really good.
I'm gonna give you one that stepped up for the Chargers this year. Bryce Callahan. Why is he not on
this he's list? Been solid. I liked him.
Let's move over to the safeties. Minka Fitzpatrick, Derwin James, and Jordan Poyer. Do we agree with that? Because I have one head scratcher on that.
I'm not mad at it.
Minka, Poyer,
okay with it.
And who else? Poyer and who?
Jordan Poyer.
Minka, Derwin James, and Jordan Poyer.
Derwin James, I don't know about him.
The one that I think that they're absolutely disrespecting on this list, and I like Jordan Poyer, but how you leave out the man that's number 3 in interceptions right now in Justin Simmons?
Exactly.
Playing for a really crappy Broncos team.
Yeah. Justin Simmons should have made it over Derwin James.
And then let's go through these guys. Long snapper Morgan Cox from the Titans. Tommy Townsend, the punter from the Chiefs. He's been really good. Justin Tucker, pretty much store him in there. And then you got returners, Devin Duvernay and Justin Hardy from the Jets. No question. I think that those guys are in it.